My understanding is that you guys have spoken to at least 5 people about this theory that some criminal element somehow connected to the family was responsible for this, and that at least 3 of them mentioned the sale of a baby.
Yeah.
Correct. Right.
In 2021, Deborah said much the same to a local reporter.
What are you sure of, Deborah? If the tips are right and the information we were given is right, she was sold.
You believe she was sold?
Absolutely.
To add to that theory, 1 month after Lisa went missing, Deborah and Jeremy found a charge on a debit card, $69.04, paid to a British company that called itself a name-changing service. This is one of the theories that, of course, puzzles me. How would the person wanting to steal baby Lisa think that they were going to get away with stealing baby Lisa on this night where the mother is at home?
There is nothing about walking into someone's house and taking their baby that makes any sense to me. But I don't know that the person doing that was a logical, rational, person the way that you and I are.
So if it has to do with drugs, in other words, they might have been out of their minds.
Sure. Yeah. I would guess for sure.
If we think that there might have been a criminal drug element involved in this, and you guys have been out there investigating this for all this time, pretty publicly, is there any fear on your part about your safety?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. We've had people tell us, we'll tell them, there's $100,000 reward. And they're saying, well, what good is the reward if I'm not alive to spend it?
Do you ever do your own investigation, start talking to people about what they know, what they saw? Jeremy Irwin.
Yeah, we did for a long, long time. And most of the stuff that we've gotten is stories that people have heard from other people. So it's a lot of it's third person stories. And I think there's real merit in a group of individuals that operate in that area that get rid of kids and illegally adopt, or however you want to phrase it, but take in children that they're not supposed to have and redistribute them. That's definitely going on up here. And at least at the time when I was talking with the investigators about it, they laughed in my face about it. So
other storylines that have circulated amongst the locals involve Deborah interacting with the drug underworld, possible urban myths with no proof, including one that baby Lisa was handed off to pay a drug debt. Was there anything that you, looking back, may have done to bring any of that cast of characters into your life?
Certainly not us. But we had people nearby that were into that lifestyle.
And you and Deborah never went there, scored drugs, called for anything from anybody connected to that place?
Oh, no, never. 100%.
Did they ever accuse you or Jeremy of being on drugs or having a connection to this house? Deborah Bradley.
No, because we offered samples of our hair so they can test hair and find out anything and everything you've done.
Some drugs, including methamphetamine, can be detected this way.
And so they were able to tell that I was telling the truth about that. That as far as that, if there was a connection and that was it, that's null and void. That's just not even an option.
And so I ask you for the record, have you been on drugs? Were you on drugs around the time Lisa went missing?
Absolutely not.
And how about Jeremy?
Absolutely not.
It just wasn't your thing. You were not somebody who partook.
No, I in high school, watched friends suffer from addiction, and I didn't want to be that way. I just seen so much suffering, aside from the fact that it's just not appealing to me. And as a parent, that'd be the last thing on my mind.
Mm-hmm. You don't do crystal meth, and you didn't do crystal meth at the time she disappeared.
Oh, God, no.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure you've heard that some people theorize you or Jeremy had a connection to this drug den and brought this cast of nefarious characters into your life, and one of them took her.
But those people should ask the cops about the DNA analysis on our hair and the drug test analysis on our hair. It's not there for a reason because it doesn't exist. So at least I have proof of that.
Reporter Jim Spellman covered the case for weeks after the story broke.
I have seen not one bit of information to indicate that Deborah Bradley, Jeremy Irwin, or anybody in their family was involved in some sort of drug thing. And I'll tell you, Megyn, I'm a drug addict in recovery. I've been clean for 21 years now, and I'm pretty good at figuring out drug addicts. The idea that Deborah Bradley or Jeremy Irwin were some sort of drug addicts in deep to dealers or something like that is ridiculous. I put, as close to certainty that is not the case as I can come, not blood testing people.
And now you are going to hear the absolute worst, darkest versions. Again, these are most likely urban myths. We just don't know about what may have happened to Lisa. And we do need to warn you, they come with awful, grisly details. Author Jackie Heller.
And this is what really breaks my heart about this whole thing, is the one consistent narrative that we have found in this story is that Lisa is no longer with us.
What you're saying is you've talked to people who think they know what happened and who say the baby was killed.
Yes. We had someone tell us that Lisa is in the bottom of Smithville Lake, and they put her body in a duffel bag and made sure that the blocks weighed more than she did. So there was no chance of her body coming up. Those are the kind of things that we've heard about this.
Cindy Lorette, Deborah's aunt, heard something even darker.
Somebody had Lisa, and they got scared because the media, it became such a big deal. That person got scared and he chopped Lisa up. He took her to this house, and one of the people that was in the house told me this story, that she was brought to the house, and they were at the end of the bed, and she was crying, and they said to get the fucking baby out of the house. I still don't know what to believe.
You don't go out and buy a life jacket when the boat is sinking, and you don't buy gold when the economy has already collapsed. Clearly, others are heeding this advice as gold hit all-time highs already this year. It's not too late for you, too, and you could have Birch Gold help you diversify into physical gold. Birch Gold specializes in helping you convert an existing IRA or 401k in whole or in part into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, and for no money out of pocket. One recent 5-star review said Birch Gold was, quote, knowledgeable, helpful, non-pressure. Get your free info kit on gold by texting the letters MK to the number 989898. There is no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, text MK to 989898 and let the experts at Birch Gold help you secure your future today with gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.